I welcome you all students for today's science class. In today's class, we will see Unit 6 Health and Hygiene. Have you ever taken leave for the school due to sickness? Yes, you all have taken leave, right? So what happens exactly when you become sick? Yes, you will have fever, cold, etc., right? Headache, etc. So, to prevent and treat sickness successfully, it is necessary to have complete understanding of the common sicknesses in the area and the combination of things that cause them. This lesson will help you to understand the various causes of sickness. In this lesson, we are going to study about health and hygiene, care of the body. Hygiene. Health is the best wealth. If you have good health, you will have a sound mind and you will gain good knowledge and wealth also. Health also refers to a state of sound mind and body free from any sickness or ailment, stress, and problems. In simple words, health refers to the physical, emotional, and psychological well being of a person. So now we will see what hygiene means. Hygiene refers to the good habits and their practices which is followed to prevent diseases, maintain good health especially through cleanliness, consumption of safe drinking water and proper disposal of sewage. So hygiene refers to good habits and their practices such as keeping our body clean and healthy and keeping our surrounding clean by disposing the sewage properly, etc. It refers to all those activities that are done for improving and maintaining good health and sound mind. What is cleanliness? Cleanliness refers to the maintenance of personal and environmental hygiene. In simple words, it refers to the state of being clean, which is essential for good health. So, if you want to have good health, you have to maintain yourself clean and healthy. To protect us from disease, it is essential to maintain good health by taking regular bath, cleaning the clothes and surroundings, and also avoiding unhygienic food consumption. So, you can protect yourself from disease by following these things. You have to take regular bath, you have to brush your teeth and keep your body clean, and you have to clean your clothes daily, and also you have to keep your surroundings clean, and you have to avoid unhygienic food consumption. You have to consume food which are rich in vitamins as well as minerals. Next is personal hygiene. Personal hygiene is defined as the branch of health which is concerned with the individual's adjustment to the physiological needs of the body and mind for the attainment of the maximum level of health. It also refers to the cleaning and grooming of the body. So, personal hygiene refers to how an individual keeps his body clean and healthy by showering daily, washing the hands, washing the dishes and utensils daily. Then wash your hair with shampoo, brush the teeth twice a day, and wash the clothes with soap. So these are some of the personal hygiene. Next is communicable disease. So what is a communicable disease? It is nothing but communicable disease is easily transferred from one person to another. Cold and common flu are some of the common communicable diseases. They are not caused only by bacteria but also by virus. So when you have common cold and flu, you might also have these symptoms: headache, weakness, fever, cough, muscle ache, chest discomfort, sore throat, running nose, and you may have fever sometimes and pains in the joints. Why cold and flu are called as communicable disease? Because when a person is affected by cold or flu and when he sneezes or cough in front of any person, what happens is some secretion come out of his nose, and these droplets contains the virus or bacteria. If any other person is nearby, or if it falls on any object, and if a healthy person touches it, that virus get transferred to that healthy person because it is an airborne disease. So cold and flu are called as communicable disease since it is transferred from one person to another. Hence it is a good practice for a patient with cold and flu to use handkerchief to blow the nose and wash hands often to ensure that they do not accidentally spread the virus to others. So this is a good practice. You can cough or sneeze by using the handkerchief so that the droplets will not spread down on any object. We saw what is personal hygiene. Personal hygiene is nothing but how an individual takes care of his or her body is called as personal hygiene. Next we will see community hygiene. A community is formed by a group of people living together in a particular area. If the people in a community wish to lead a healthy life, they should maintain basic community hygiene. It can be done by adopting the following measures. So the first thing for community hygiene is the surrounding should be kept clean. Next is the drain should be covered properly in order to avoid mosquitoes. The domestic waste should be segregated and properly disposed of safely in separate dustbins provided by the government. So government is providing 2 dustbins, right? Waste should be properly disposed of safely in the dustbins. Used water from houses should not be let out into open drains or open areas. So these are some of the measures which can be done for community hygiene. Keep the surroundings clean. So we have to keep our surrounding clean by properly disposing the waste, and the drain should be properly disposed and the drain should be covered properly. These are some of the ways of keeping the surroundings clean. Care of the body. Human body is a massive miracle. It consists of organs and systems which function continuously. Our body is compared to a machine. Human body works well with proper maintenance and guidance. For smooth functioning, all the parts of the body should work in unison. The digestive system, circulatory system, and muscular system are the core systems that should be in synchronization and function well. We need to keep them well by proper care. So how can we take care of a body? We have to do a proper exercise, and we have to consume healthy food, and we have to properly maintain our body by taking bath and keep our body clean and healthy in order to keep our body away from disease. So now we will see how to take care of our body. First one is dental care. Dental care, or broadly speaking oral hygiene, is an important aspect of the personal health of an individual. Good oral hygiene implies sound teeth and healthy gums with healthy surrounding tissues. The physical act of chewing food promotes saliva and gastric secretion which helps digestion. The act of chewing and tasting is called mastication. It gives pleasure and emotional satisfaction of eating food. Teeth is essential for good appearance and clear speech also. Here are some of the tips to maintain your teeth healthy. Brush 2 times a day. It will prevent the formation of tartar and plaque on your teeth and gums. You can floss your teeth. It will remove food particles, plaque and bacteria which build up between your teeth. When you start flossing, your gums may bleed a little bit, but after few days that it will stop. It should be started only with proper medical guidance. Failure to have oral hygiene results in diseases affecting the teeth. Some of the diseases affecting the teeth and gums, their causative agents and remedial measures are given. So the first one is bleeding gums. It is due to vitamin C deficiency and it causes the bleeding in gums as you can see in this picture. So you can take vitamin C rich food such as citrus fruits which are rich in vitamin C. Next one is the tooth decay. It is caused due to the bacteria in teeth. The bacteria will produce acids and which cause the tooth to decay. So the remedial measure for this disease is brushing. You have to brush 2 times a day and floss the teeth. It can prevent the decay. Next is periodontitis. It affects the person who use tobacco. So the causative agent is tobacco chewing. Its impact will be it cause a severe impact in the gums. Severe form of gum disease. It causes the bones and gums and other tissues to ruin. So it is a severe form of gum disease. It will ruin the bones, gums and other tissues. The remedial measures is chewing type of tobacco should be avoided. Eat a well balanced diet. So these are some of the diseases affecting the teeth. In order to have a healthy teeth, you have to brush twice a day and drink plenty of water and you can floss your teeth as it will help to remove the food particle, plaque and bacteria which is built up between your teeth. And you have to avoid taking too much of sweets such as chocolates, candies and you have to avoid drinking cool drinks. Next is eye care. Eyes are an important organ of our body. They are considered as windows to the world. Eyesight is the most important sense, so it is necessary to protect the eyes from disease, surrounding and climate condition in order to reduce the odds of blindness and vision loss. So here are some of the disease which is associated with eyes and their remedial measures are given. The first disease is night blindness. The causative agent is the lack of vitamin A and also disorder of the cells in your retina. The impact or consequences makes it hard to see well at night or in poor light. So if a person have night blindness, they will find hard to see at night or in poor light. So the remedial measure is it is caused due to the lack of vitamin A, right? So we have to take vitamin A rich food like carrot, papaya, meat, fish. So we have to take vitamin A rich food in order to overcome this disease. The next disease is conjunctivitis. It is also called as pink eye. The causative agent is caused by a virus and bacteria. Its impact or consequences: one or both eyes can be affected, highly contagious, can be spread by contamination and sneezing. So this disease is highly contagious, so it can spread from one person to another person by the teardrop or sneezing and by the liquid that can be discharged from the eyes. So the remedial measure is antibiotic eye drops or ointments and home remedies. And one important thing, the ointments and the eye drop should be prescribed by the doctor. The next is color blindness. So the causative agent is genetic condition. This is caused due to the genetic disorder. Difficulty distinguishing between colors. So it causes difficulty in to find the difference between colors and inability to see shades or tones of the same color, because this disease is due to genetic problem. And the remedial measure is there is no cure for color blindness because it is a genetic disorder. Contact lenses and glasses with filters can be used, but that too for some person it will suit and some person there is no cure for this color blindness. Here are some of the daily eye care tips. Wash your eyes with cold water at least twice or thrice a day. Keep cucumber slices on your eyes for soothing them after work that put strain on your eyes. So you can use cucumber slices after you work for so many times and put your eyes on strain, like you work on computer or you watch TV for a long time. So at that times you can use cucumber slices. Drink adequate amount of water each day. Include food rich in vitamin A, C and E in your diet. Next is hair care. The condition of the hair reflects to some extent the nutritional status and general health of the body. Thin, sparse hair and the loss of hair indicates a poor nutritional status. The deficiencies in diet, physical and mental illness of various kinds may also lead to premature grayness of hair. For some people, you may notice they have gray hair, right, in very small age. So this is due to the deficiency in diet and also physical and mental illness. The hair follicles from which the hair grows produce oil which keeps the hair smooth. The sweat and the dead skin cells come off the scalp. The oil, sweat and dead cells all add together and can make the hair greasy and look dirty unless it is washed regularly. So this is the reason that we have to wash our hair regularly, because the oil, sweat and dead cells will come together and will make our hair greasy and look dirty. So we have to wash our hair regularly in order to keep our hair glow and shiny. To keep the hair clean and healthy, we have to regularly wash our hair and massage the scalp. This will remove the dead skin cells, excess oil and dust. And also we have to rinse the hair well with clear water and use good tooth comb for hair dressing. Is highly essential for their maintenance. So we have to comb our hair. This is very important. And we have to oil our hair. Here are some of the hair care tips. Wash your hair regularly. So washing your hair regularly ensures that your scalp and hair is free of dirt and excess oil. So we have to wash our hair regularly. Next is use chemical-free shampoos. Lesser the number of chemicals in your shampoo, healthier your hair. So go for gentle shampoos that suit your hair type. Sulfates and parabens in shampoos are used for lathering and preserving respectively, but they can cause skin irritation over time and increase the risk of hormonal disruptions. So you have to use chemical free shampoos. Dry your hair naturally. Blow drying makes your hair as beautiful as that, but excessive heat can damage your hair scalp. So, air drying or towel drying after shampoo is the best way to go. Oil your hair properly. Pre shampoo treatments like oiling and massaging improve blood circulation on the scalp, relax your muscle, boost shine, and nourish the hair. It also restores moisture content and enables hair growth and repairs split ends. Use a wide tooth comb. Wet hair is fragile and prone to breakage. Let your hair dry and then use a wide tooth comb to brush your hair. This kind of a comb prevents damage to your hair. Trim your hair regularly. So, trim your hair every 6 to 8 weeks to get rid of split ends. Split ends form when the hair is damaged due to heat styling, pollution, smoking, stress, and so on. Drink more water. Internal hydration coupled with external hydration is the key to well balanced and healthy hair. Eat healthy. As our hair is made up of proteins and amino acid, it needs the right nutrition to grow well and maintain itself. So, egg, nuts, fish, green leafy vegetables provide good nutrition to hair growth. As we all know, health is wealth. In order to live a healthy life, we have to take care of our body. Now we will do a recap of what we learnt. We saw what is hygiene. Hygiene refers to the good habits and their practices which is followed to prevent disease, maintain good health, especially through cleanliness, consumption of safe drinking water, and proper disposal of sewage. What is cleanliness? Cleanliness refers to the maintenance of personal and environmental hygiene. Next, we saw what is personal hygiene. Personal hygiene is defined as the branch of health which is concerned with the individual's adjustment to the physiological needs of the body and mind for the attainment of the maximum level of health. It is also refers to the cleaning and grooming of the body. Next, we saw care of the body. So, we have to take care of our body to maintain a healthy life. So, under that, we saw dental care. So, dental care is also called as oral hygiene. It is an important aspect of the personal health of an individual. So, you have to brush 2 times a day and you have to floss your teeth so that it helps to remove the food particles, plaque, and bacteria which is present in between your teeth. Next, we saw diseases associated with teeth, bleeding gums, tooth decay, periodontitis, and also we saw the remedial measures. Next is eye care. Eyes are an important organ of our body, and some of the diseases associated with eyes are night blindness, conjunctivitis, and color blindness. And we also saw the causative agent and also the remedial measures. Next is hair care. So, hair care is very important. The deficiencies in diet balance and mental illness of various kinds may also lead to premature graying of hair. And the condition of the hair reflects to some extent the nutritional status and general health of the body. So, we have to keep the hair clean and healthy by regular hair wash and massage of the scalp will remove the dead cells and the excess oil and dust, and we have to use a good toothed comb for hair dressing, and it is very essential for the maintenance of the hair. Here is the assignment. What is hygiene? Write about the right way of protecting the eyes. What steps you will follow to keep your teeth healthy. Thank you.